oh, I start budgeting once I get a raise, I'll start budgeting once this happens. No, it's not gonna happen. If you can't manage your money now, what makes you think that you will be able to manage it once you have more of it? Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about budgeting. And stop. Before you start sighing, let me explain. I actually had a different video in mind. I wanted to talk about investing today. However, I realized that there is no point of talking about investing if we don't manage our money right. That's why today we are starting with the basics and talking about budgeting. Let's roll the intro. I feel like the first step to budgeting is getting rid of the negative connotations one might have with that word. I know when I hear budget, it's not the most exciting thing in the world. It's not like I see someone, I'm like, they definitely budget. +20 to attractiveness. However, I do feel like it is the basic when it comes to the personal finance world. Budgets are a great tool for a good foundation when it comes to wealth creation. They make sure that you have a positive cash flow if you obviously follow one. I find that many of us actually put off budgeting as we think, oh, I start budgeting once I get a raise, I'll start budgeting once this happens. No. Okay? No, it's not gonna happen. If you can't manage your money now, what makes you think that you will be able to manage it once you have more of it? It just doesn't make sense. More money means more things you could spend on. Do you really think you will have the self-control that will stop you from buying the unnecessary things in your life? I mean, I don't think so, but you tell me. Statistics say that 70% of people that win the lottery are bound to go broke within a few years of winning it. This fact doesn't really surprise me, as I think that really managing your money comes from a habit, and if people were not taught to do that, they won't be able to do it when suddenly they have so much cash going in the way. First things first, write down your income, and I'm talking about your take-home pay, not the salary that you tell your friends that you're getting. No, honey, that doesn't count. Your take-home pay and any side hustles that you have, maybe dividends that you receive each quarter, each month, I don't know what you invest in, write it all down. Once you have all the money coming into your account each month, write down your expenses. This includes rent, utilities, bills, money for food, your subscriptions. Yes, I'm also talking about your Netflix and any other expenses that you have that month. Next is to put them into the right categories. This includes things like food, housing, transport, learning, health, insurance, and everything else that you have. To do this, you can use an app called Mint. I know that it is quite popular, however, I personally don't use it. I don't really like it, to be honest. It just doesn't put the things into the right categories, and then I have to go and change it, and it's just too much work. I personally use pen and paper. It's just something about having to write it down and me seeing the number as I write down every single pound that I have spent that hurts more and kind of like stops me from overspending the next month. And it's like a whole ritual, I would say. But I do feel like using the almighty Excel might be the easiest and the best option here. Once you have done it for your last month of spending, do it for the two before that. And hear me out. You don't spend the exact same amount of money every month. And I feel like having an average of the last 3 months is a good starting point for your budget. So make sure you do that. Now that you have the numbers for your last 3 months, look at the percentages in each category and think about how you want to allocate your money. A good starting point would be the 50, 30 and 20 rule. 50, 30, 20 rule says that 50% of your income should go to things like your needs. So this includes housing, transportation, insurance, money for the food, healthcare and utilities. 30% of your money goes towards your wants. So these are your takeouts, your concert tickets, cocktails with friends, any like new equipment that you want, traveling, and other things like that. And the last 20% goes towards your financial future. And this also includes things like emergency fund, your debt repayments, your retirement account, and investing. I say this rule is a good starting point, and I know it works for a lot of people and it actually might work for you. However, if I'm keeping it honest, I personally don't use it because it doesn't align with my personal financial goals. Why? Now let me tell you. 30% for once, for me, is a bit of a high number. If you think about it, an average UK salary is around £30,000 per year. If you calculate the take-home pay, it will be around £2,000 per month. If you take 30% of £2,000, that is £600 for once. And these are things like your gym membership and your traveling and your cocktails and your eating out. That is a lot for me. So my number is a bit lower. If you are someone that spends more than 30% of your income on your wants, maybe think about like lowering that number down to 30 and furthermore with time. Another money allocation method you could use is by Dave Ramsey. 25% for housing, 10% for transport, 5% for personal, 5% for health, 5% for recreation, 10% for insurance, 5% for miscellaneous, 10% for savings, 10% for food, 5% for utilities, and 10% for giving. And yes, you can also have a giving category if you have a lower income. And I tell you why you should. By giving away your money to the causes that you care about, you are training your mind that you are abundant, that there is more than enough. You are also keeping your financial mindset open, so more cash can flow in. And of course, at the beginning, you don't have to give away a lot of your money, especially if you're paying debt. However, giving £2 here maybe, and then in a few months you'll give another £2, will train you and will build a habit of giving, which I'm sure will benefit you in the long run. Once you have your budget, the balance between what you have spent and what you want to spend, you have to try it for a few months. You have to see where are you doing great, where are you doing not so great, and where are you doing horribly, because I promise you, there will be a number that will be like, where is that coming from? And I feel like a lot of us actually underestimate how much we're actually spending, which is why having a budget and knowing how much you spend is so important. Managing your money is a process and you will get better with time. However, it does need reviewing every quarter, I would say, just to see if your spending habits have changed, if they changed for better or for worse, and just to know where your money is going. So every few months, I will go through this process all over again because I feel being in control of my money is very empowering. It's about building a habit, and setting a budget is saying and admitting that you have a limit to your spending. It is deciding that you are not going to spend your hard-earned money on things that you don't need and that you have a bigger goal in mind and a financial destination. And when you do spend money, it feels good because you have given yourself a permission to spend while knowing that you will be able to meet your financial goals. I know that budgets are not the sexiest thing when it comes to personal finance. Nonetheless, they are very much necessary. Let me know in the comments down below if you find budgets quite limiting or freeing. I'm very curious to hear that. Hey, before you go, like this video and subscribe to join me on the journey to financial independence and lifelong learning. Thanks guys!